Hello. It is I, Jeffrey K. Horkins.
We won.
No. It's like a roller coaster type.
I was about to say that.
Oh, it's a roller coaster scenario. Hello. I'm Jeffrey K. Horkins. This is Dabe.
I'm Dabe.
We are here to teach, but also to learn.
Mostly to learn.
And 90%
These
learning,
days.
actually, when it comes to the Idle Champs.
The Idle Champions of
Sponsored
the
stream.
Forgotten Realm.
Now, so did I hear correctly that you have already secured Sentry from our friend Sherlock Holmes' own game,
Yes.
High Rollers?
The High Rollers, yes. This event that's happening right now is Feast of the Moon. It's the third time this event has come back to us. And right now we are going to play the Sentry free play and just see how far we can get, because unfortunately I already unlocked Sentry and did all of the quests attached.
No, I have precisely no problem with that, because it means that we're going to get to active champions.
Yes.
Which I find exciting,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, so we're just going to try to push it as far as we can, and chat, I think you will help us do that, because I've not used Sentry Information besides on those quest missions, so let's
Angus
get
says,
there.
Angus feels lied to with the chest code, which is Jer, Yand, Amy, exclamation point.
Damn, man.
But I know you feel called out,
I don't feel called out. I feel not included, mostly.
but it's like this.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, Dabe would be better. Dabe would be better, because then it'd be DAB. Ryan, can I help you at all?
Hey, it's you.
Stop fucking streaming.
No, do you need help?
I wanted to go over some stuff.
Wait, are you going to be home?
It's time sensitive, but
Wait.
after the stream.
All right.
Make sure you grab me before you leave.
I will. Because Dabe would be better. Because this has like an exclamation
I
point.
think you're always right, but go on.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, it could be Jerry and Dabe, and it's just,
Oh,
it's
you
all
mean it
letters.
splits very well, yeah.
Yeah, it's tasty. Except for the Yand. I mean, I don't know about the Yand, but the rest of it's quite good.
All right, so I'm gonna really quickly close this so we're not incepting anybody. So Sentry, from what I know, is she does her greatest benefit from the very front. So we're gonna put her there.
Yeah, so this is a whacked out formation, for sure.
It is definitely weird because it's mostly slots of 2 and then that 1 of 3. So I think potentially we're looking at maybe making our DPS here
Yeah.
or here, depending, I guess.
But there's
Depending
definitely,
where you put
but
things.
depending on who it is, there's some pretty novel buff setups here.
I'm actually gonna drop out Evelyn.
What?
I know, I'm sorry. But it's because I would like,
I'll tell her.
well, maybe we
I'll
can
give.
swap in
I'll send her a
Naya.
mail.
Who? Okay, so I only want 2 of our frontline tanks, and traditionally, Nayeli and Evelyn are on our front. So
Yeah.
we have to choose one of the 2
Oh, because we're gonna centrize.
because Sentry's going to be in the front. So it's like, what are we thinking here? Who do we want to put in the front? Because then we have to realize that in their slot we could fit Shandy, who will help us get through at least the front end of it quicker.
Yeah, speed.
Throw Krond in for some deeps. There's a lot of options, so maybe who do you think we should have taken up front with Sentry?
Well, let's see. And what are the choices for that slot?
Okay, hold on. Pairing her with Deacon, Xander, Shandy, and Minsk. All right, so let's try this. Let's try a speed up the wave clear, because Sentry does have a very unique ability.
It's just bad time.
You're fine.
Do you need something?
You didn't name this troop.
Oh,
It's happening right now.
we can bring that.
Send me something.
Well, here, my phone's over there. I'll turn the phone on and then I'll.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we'll do Deacon, Xander, Shandy, and Minsk. So we're gonna do a full-on kind of sprint build, because I'll get to it in a second. But effectively, if no one attacks Sentry in an entire like wave of a
Yeah.
level, you actually your next quest is lowered in the total amount of things that you need to do. So
Oh,
it's like
shit.
here you would need 25 monsters killed. Potentially next time it would be reduced. I think
Really?
it's percentage based. But I will go into that once we get our formation. It's a little bit more set up.
But so Sentry Shandy, you could chew through waves.
Yeah. So we Sentry Shandy, but also Deacon has a very similar thing to where it's like we will reduce what's coming up for you. So
I like the idea that at different stages of the run, there's different good builds. You're not trying to get like to the ultimate build and then you're good.
Yeah, like you can do like up front. We
You
do
can
this,
mess
and then
with
we
it.
Switch to it later.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not really sure where to place everybody quite yet.
But Ender's saying that Sentry doesn't even need to be in the front to get it.
To get that buff, but I know that she does have the she buffs the 2 people behind her by 100%, I believe. And then that is buffed if she gets hit. So it's like,
Oh, wow.
So if she doesn't get hit, you go faster, and if she gets hit, she buffs those people a little bit better.
Dude, that's killer.
So there's argument there, I guess, because she probably won't get hit for a while up front, right? I'm gonna throw some familiars on our friends just to get some levels up.
I need a
And then we can
name.
go back and we can look into some formations.
I need a-
So the people that
yeah.
were just watching the stream, you finished the strip, but you haven't named it yet, correct?
Yes, exactly. I'm trying to figure out
Do you,
what would be the
do you
richest.
sometimes take
I usually
from chat?
no. I usually name
Samples.
it later. I usually name it the next day.
Well, then why did?
Well, we're doing it because we're using Beelin's uploader.
Oh, you're trying a new system.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we're changing our workflow, as they say.
They do say that. Okay. Yes, unfortunately, the code is not on point. Okay, so let's see here. Let's start talking about positioning for who we have unlocked right now and where we can potentially put them so you can push them out the furthest. Also, Deacon Specialization. I don't know which one, because I don't think either affect the completion speed buff here, I guess.
Right, so
Chat, please help.
yeah, I was just gonna say. So can we?
First person to say something, I'll pick it.
Yeah.
Okay, so use Aaliyah,
And
Isla,
click for
and
their
Quillic
yeah.
for their synergy pool that they share with Sentry. For sure, we'll do
True.
that.
True.
Epic Tale.
And Mark Holmes will know in his heart that we did it.
Yeah, you can tell him. Send him a DM really quick. So I guess right now, actually, Deacon's kind of a big old DPS for us, right? So he can be up there. Do want Isla.
Oh, you have a lot of space to be adjacent to this formation. You really do.
So Epic Tale is viable. Well, okay. Yeah, I guess you're right, because then he's adjacent to quite a bunch, right?
So many.
Yeah, so that's actually pretty decent. So we're waiting for Isla to get unlocked. So who do you think is going to be in our backline chat? I would assume Tyra will be in there. I don't know if placement of these two matters so much, but that's because I don't actually know too much about how Isla works out. Let's go for no outgoing abilities. Okay. So I might have to wait till I pick a specialization there. Is that true?
And so we have familiars on everybody.
Yeah. Okay. So this little gem that floating next to Sentry, I believe, is named Echo, and the color of that gem indicates the state of our like that buff that I was mentioning earlier.
Yeah.
And I actually have a little cheat sheet pulled up because
Oh, you do?
that might be important to go over. Okay. So if that gem is green, it says Sentry has not yet been attacked yet in this area, and Echo Resolution, which is what makes us require less monsters.
Yeah, so look.
So I believe it was 25, right?
Yeah, it shaved 5
So there we go. So,
beasts.
so we'll go through this quicker. So it's all about getting to that
right.
wall
And it's still green.
sooner. Still
Right.
green. So I think that is effectively meaning we'll keep going.
That's our UI
If
bit.
it's purple, it means that we jumped back because we're not at our like maximum stage that we've ever gotten to. So
Right.
only will take effect there. Then if it's yellow, it means currently being attacked, and Echo Amplification, which is will trigger at the next area. And
Right.
that is the
That's the buff
the buff for everyone else behind.
Right. So that could be.
Yes.
I can't wait to see what that means on a run that goes south.
Yes. And then when Echo Healing is happening, so whenever a sentry is under attack, she boosts. Is it global? Okay, everyone that receives healing from Sentry's column, which I think is just her column in the front, gets extra healing if she's being attacked. So it helps a little. You stay out.
It's true. Branish Sentry is from the High Rollers game, which is what they call an actual play.
Yeah, well, actually, you're right there. We'll grab Xander. Where is he at? Sorry, you can keep going.
No, it's all good. And I see. We're using a controller, but this is on PC. We're just using the controller UI. Yep, Sentry is brand ass new.
All right, so here's actually a specialization which
Yeah.
we haven't tried to figure out. So let's
Let's
talk
see.
it out, and then let's
Yeah.
talk to chat about what we're looking at. So Nature's Wrath is Sentry's base attack, gains a chance to ensnare affected enemies in a circle of vines, stunning them for a short time. Okay, and then Divine Strike has a 50% chance to ensnare affected enemies. Okay, so
Whoa.
this is a like crowd control, I guess.
Definitely, but look at that. Look at Echo's Will.
Okay, Echo's Will. When Sentry escapes an area unscathed, Echo reduces the quest requirements of the next area even further. So I think we'll probably want to do that one, right?
Yeah,
Just because we're trying to see how far we can go, and this will help us get there.
And we also want to figure out like how much cheese we can get out of Sentry too.
That's
right?
true. Yeah, that's true. Then we have Sentry's Homeland, which says Sentry increases her ability to buff nearby allies by a significant amount. So the Guardians, which is the behind,
That's the buff.
That's the buff for everyone.
when
behind.
Echo's Will doesn't go off.
Yeah.
So it's like, but on the so Echo's Will definitely goose us.
It'll get us
in
there
that-
quicker.
But
we
when things go bad,
want it to
we
be
actually want Sentry's Homeland, right?
Yeah, that's true.
We want to build for the failure state.
Yeah, so I guess Echo's Will would certainly help us get there speedily, and then Homeland would help. So I guess Echo's Will would be chosen more often when you're just trying to like kind of grind and keep
Yeah.
going to check
Yeah,
how
yeah.
far you can go, and you don't have that much time. And Homeland would be your end game selection, I believe.
Yeah, it's working. I think we're trying to keep Sentry around late.
Yeah. So let's do.
Yeah, 25 to 30 isn't a massive bump. It seems to me if eventually, right now we're getting benefit out of the no hit, but ultimately, in terms of CC, I don't think that's her job either. I think we want to goose the buff.
I think you're right. I think that's smart for us to potentially push it as far as we possibly can, right? And did I take Melee out? Not bad. All right. So I'm glad we talked that out and that it sounds correct.
Yeah,
There we
that's
go.
what I'm thinking too. And it seems like for the purpose we have her in there for, we have consensus online, if you can
Exactly.
believe it.
So I don't have any gear at all on Sentry.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we gotta.
I've earned some chests because I've done
Her event.
the free play a little bit. I haven't gotten too many. I think I have 4 or 5. So let's just see what we get.
We might wanna play dress
out
up.
of those first 2.
Right?
And
Gosh,
just,
she has a cool looking chest.
all the characters have really cool chests. I really like that. All right, so any of these are gonna be slotted in, but I just want to see what we got here. So we got our little Echo, which I'm excited to see how that changes as it gets there. It has a
Convenient axe.
such like a good like Thornwatch tech
Doesn't it?
crossover vibe.
Yeah,
that I
the
really
plants like the wood knot.
like. Yeah. All right, so got a belt, axe, belt.
Supreme axe excitement.
I'll just hit this next. Let's grab
What's
these
next?
3. Okay, duplicate of
Okay.
that. Go. All right.
Now we're talking.
Grab my last one. There's purple. All right, there we go.
That's an honored axe.
So honored.
Hair vines.
Okay, there we go. I think we got one for every slot, and we did because we got the little buff. Whenever there's a new champion that comes out, if you fully gear them, if you just put 1 item in each slot, you get a little buff permanent for 1% increase across the board.
Oh, that's
for
right.
the
Yeah,
game.
for the global ones,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So that's just that's like a mission you can do, or rather a quest, or
Any
I
old
guess
time.
an individual quest you can do while you're doing the events.
Yeah.
So that should exist for everyone, and luckily now I have a nice little rainbow of colors down there.
God, I'm pleased.
Yes, got that perp.
That's key.
No, I love the design of Sentry aesthetically, and I do think that Healing Tank works out pretty well. And I do like how she manipulates not even time, but just like the time you spend playing the game.
Yeah. There's a few different levers on there, different axes for those different kinds of growth.
Okay, so let's see. Once we get Tyro, we'll have our full formation and we can kind of talk about where people should go.
Is Goldfind real?
Goldfind is real.
You know what I mean?
I mean, you start with it at 0, and the game's very frustrating to play then because
Oh, I see.
it takes so long just to get your second champion or third champion and stuff just because you're Goldfind 0, so every time you kill a beast, you get 1 gold.
I see.
So that ramps up. So early on, Goldfind's good. You can really, the further you get in the quest, the better your Goldfind is. Or rather, the more gold you find, which will buff the amount you start with next time. So you kind of loop it a few times to get that really going up.
I see, okay.
So I believe, very specifically on all of the events in the Feast of the Moon, we are favoring a lot of undead enemies.
It makes sense.
It makes sense, right? So
Yep.
I think picking that makes most sense.
Get that wall.
Yeah, I kind of ignore Goldfind for a while. I totally agree. I think it's good up front, but
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out
when you do more damage, you get further, so you earn more gold anyway.
Yeah, it sort of works itself out.
Yeah.
But that's why I think, just as a mechanical thing, obviously for when we add Omen ourselves, you and I will do it.
Yes.
It'll be interesting to see, to build Goldfind into other types of mechanics, just to expand what types of builds are viable.
Yeah. So if I'm correct, and chat, please help me place this correctly if I'm wrong, but I believe Quillic bastes people 1 slot next to him based around how many people are 2 slots away from him.
Oh.
Does that number sound correct? So putting him here would buff
Maximum.
Ninsk, who I believe might be our key DPS, although I do see Dinar in that bud bar right there.
In the mix.
Yeah.
See, here's some undead right here.
Yeah. Goldfind is good for when you hit the wall to pump up your favor. That makes a lot of sense too. And then how much you pay attention to Goldfind depends on where you are in the game in terms of progression. So yeah, I think it's an early and late kind of thing.
Okay.
So once you hit wall, then you really hit that Goldfind.
Then you want that for a different reason.
I see. The only reason I think that is wrong is because I want the purple dude to receive the buff, who is Minsk. Did Amy change her hair? Because Minsk will be it does reply, although that does make 2 slots away, correct? Swap Quillic and Minsk, okay.
I'll watch
Never
the
mind.
number.
I see you're totally right, and I apologize. It definitely went up. Swapping these.
Oh my god.
So
that was an improvement.
they're still getting that buff. Okay, so I don't have anything that says, sorry, Dinar does everything in his line and behind, and those 2 in front do everyone behind. So they're actually getting all the buffs they need, I believe.
You thought I was just a shit talker.
I usually
well,
do
look,
think
I
it's a
see.
shit
There's
talker.
been a lot of shit talk, in our defense. But that was completely legit, and it's going through the roof.
Yes. I won't hear the end of that from my seat.
Now, doggedly, tell us why you're surprised that we're using Minsk, and if you have another solution.
Well, I mean, there's the fact that Jim Dark Magic is here. I was, however, reading someone was like, try to put out a combo of these characters, and you know what? I didn't actually complete that because I believe that
You're missing one?
I put someone out instead of Xander, although I don't remember what slot he's in. What slot is Xander in? He's not in this one, is he?
Lucas Upright is trying for 500 on the same free play, and right now they're at 483. So have you reached the portion, Lucas, that we call active champions?
Xander the Quick. Okay, so you can't do both. It's all right. Then I will leave Quillick in because they're part of the same squad. I like keeping families together. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's key. That's about support. They have to feel safe, even though they're in a dungeon.
Yeah. I do love Jim, obviously.
Many do.
Yeah. So we definitely can throw him in. However, he is buffed by people that cast.
Yeah, he likes magic damage,
Yeah, he
right?
likes magic damage. So Quillick definitely counts, and that might be the only other person. I don't know.
Just because of how we're built, I see a lot of weapons.
Physical.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I don't think you'd maximize, but he still might be better DPS than, and so we'd have to swap him in and find out. Let's do that for fun, but I do like that he's favoring killing undead, and we're going to be facing a lot of undead.
Yeah. Part of that you can't
So
really.
maybe we leave him in. I don't know. We can compare at a later time if you'd like.
Well, yeah, we're doing well.
Yeah.
I don't doubt that improvements are possible, but this squad is working.
Swap Shandy and Walnut. Deal. Where is Shandy? My number went down a bit. Are you not leveling your auto click? I generally don't, unless I'm really trying to get past a place. Also because I like watching the characters attack things, and sometimes when you level those, you just disintegrate that from them. And also it does get very absurd when we will take some speed potions later.
Oh, if you have the auto click going?
Oh yeah, you're right. That solo column is made for Liliana. Walnut is a tank and boosts behind. That's true. We do have several tanks.
Dude, if we have found a scenario that surprised Gara, that's a big deal.
Yeah, I agree, but we should try. Let's slot in V, how we say, just so we don't mess up too often.
That's right.
Because she does have a ability that, she does have a specialization that fires off when she's in a column on her own. Now, is that worth it? Yeah. So we took Walnut out, not because we don't like Amy T. Falcon.
No,
but
we do.
In fact, we
do
too
like
many
her.
tanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Isla is a tank as well. So at least swapping V in will help that. And is it worth going the specialization that has her in her own column? Because I've never actually done that because it's so rare that you find it.
Well, but you get this, like, we have an opportunity with this weird-ass formation to try some cool shit.
Yeah.
Doggedly, drive safe. Let's see, Majesty's put in
the walnut.
Yeah, we're feeling judged.
God, Amy's probably watching this. Like,
God, it hurts. Extra thick tank formation.
I couldn't even read that. It's very strong. Okay, so Moonbeam because he's not in the front of the line.
Vanya should be next to dips.
Next to your dips. So, is it next to or is it one column from? Because I wonder if I could swap Deacon and Minsk in this case. Oh yeah, Amy's on screen.
Amy will always be with us. Press F.
Next to, okay, yes, please press F. So let's just swap Deacon and Minsk and see what happens. Okay, so we went down a little bit, and I think that's because I can't recall. God damn it, I don't remember anybody. He's affected by adjacent champions, and so putting him in the middle gives him the most adjacent champions.
Yeah, it would.
It would. So could he swap with, well, because then we lose the Quillick buff because it's directly next to. We do have a lot of competing requirements. Are we sure Omen is alive? That's a great question.
Well, not in here.
Yeah, is that a C team thing? I don't
And
quite
which
know.
Omen? Switcher says, between removing Nut from the formation in this week's code, we're just going through the 5 stages of grief because Amy isn't there. I will be perfectly honest with you. I miss Amy a lot. A lot.
I liked walking by the office.
It was really cool.
And like, hey.
There was just a cool Amy there.
Like, oh, you're playing Underlords. I'm gonna walk in and talk over your shoulder while this happens.
Yeah, it's like this is a great opportunity for me to play Underlords.
Yeah. So it's looking like this is a decent formation for Minsk DPS, which seems okay and agreeable.
Yeah, he's putting it out.
It's at this point that I might drink
Juice
some
it?
juice.
Now that's good.
Glug, glug, glug.
Just get that good feeling.
That great feeling. So we're just gonna watch and see how far we get. I'm gonna guess, so I haven't done this, I guess I've done probably 6 runs under this quest line, maybe 7.
Yeah.
So I don't expect us to have an insane amount of favor. So we'll see how far we get.
Yeah.
200s, I guess, mid 200s?
I have a good feeling. So on upgrading the click,
Yes.
that is the damage per click.
Damage per click, which each of these friends
Yeah, each of these
has
6
in them
like
are familiar.
methed out
Yeah.
whack jobs.
Extremely
This cat's
fast.
going nuts.
Yeah.
Right? So why wouldn't you level that up? You want to see them go and chop.
Well, they'll go and chop mostly, but if our clickers obliterate things, we don't get to see that as often. It's just, I feel like it's overkill until
see.
it's not. And when it's not, it's a very fine window that it's not.
Gotcha.
So at this point,
Well, nothing bad's happening.
the thing is I also have so much gold that like I could hit this button 100 times and it's not really gonna put a dent into my gold. See, my number's going up. Still going up. Still going up. So, I'd have to put in a bunch.
Yeah, to even get there, right?
Yeah. And it's not too big of a deal for me right now.
Yeah. So I think times 6, a billion times a second.
Mm-hmm.
There's some damage in there.
Each familiar clicks 5 times per second. I did not know that. Let's actually put a familiar on our bar so that they can
To wander.
to push buttons and feel important. A roaming ultimate.
Kind of flump with Bissell chicken.
Yeah, do you want to go
Oh,
Bissell
yeah.
with it? Yeah, it's going to be kind of unsettling.
Oh no,
in a
you
way.
see that strut?
Yeah, is that a strut?
Oh yeah, for sure. Look
Okay.
at that.
Okay. If you classify it as a strut, I'll believe you.
It's just this abyssal chicken is on the prowl.
I'm not getting that click damage. Dark Link. It's not gonna happen today. I know if that will click the buttons for me.
They're getting clicked. I promise you. Clicking is active.
Yeah.
You have a friend that plays Ark? Have you talked with them about this?
Who was it? Did you see a name?
Under something?
I didn't know. I have a friend that plays Ark. I'm just gonna say that. All right, we're gonna take the.
You never do until it's too late.
Stuff. Yeah. So now we're getting even more speed.
I was like, man, yeah, Unbreakable X. I was like, man, what is this shit? I gotta take a look at this.
The Chad.
Yeah, the Chad Abyssal Chicken. Dude, look at that.
Damn.
He's he's exuding that energy.
Yeah, I don't know. I do like when he sees a button that he wants to push and he like sprints.
And he
at it.
scoots.
Yeah. Just like it's a casual. There we go. It's like no.
Absolutely not.
That's good.
But no, I loaded up Arc because I was like, man, it seems like a lot of people are saying the Arc is the thing. And so then I went and I
Never had a computer that was strong enough to run it.
yeah,
because
that 980.
The optimization
oof. Yeah.
is pretty rough. I imagine it's been changed since, right? Maybe?
No, I doubt it.
Okay.
It's like it was in early access and then they put another parallel game out that's also in early access.
Yeah.
I don't think optimization is key. Anyway,
Do you have a battle royale at this point?
probably. Between dinosaurs.
I realized that we can unlock this chest.
Oh yeah. It's just Jer,
Okay.
Yand.
And
Abe.
Dabe. It's so weird.
This is too. It doesn't.
Just
I guess
not
it.
typing how I want.
I guess it doesn't work.
Oh well. Let me try my other friend. Great. Thank you for that.
Yo, this is a gold ass chest.
Unfinished.
Yeah. So, but I loaded it up, and
Spidey Mark, I agree.
I spawned in, and I was standing there.
In Ark, you're saying?
Yeah, and then a dinosaur walked over me, and I died. And then I opened up my inventory, and it was such a thoughtless, user-aggressive.
Yeah. Did you feel like you were in Linux?
I felt like I would prefer Linux. I felt actively hated by the UI, and I haven't been back
That's
in.
not a feeling I like.
Maybe it is better now.
All right,
but
we're gonna try this breaking out solo and see if it pops off.
Cornelius, it's one of each.
Ass chest.
One of
Yes,
each.
we get
Each
one of
week
each.
we offer a gold ass chest and a gold ass chest.
Would real Jim be able to tell the omens apart? Asking.
Yeah, I think so. Because that Jim has known Omen since he was 16 or so. My guess is that he'd be able to pick up on it.
So, I felt bad for telling chat that we're not going to put a familiar on the click damage.
Just go ahead.
I've been thinking about it, and I'm sorry.
You gonna drop it on?
I've done a lot of wrong things. Yes, and now I'm looking for click damage. Is this it? Player? Yeah. Put floof on it.
Oh, that flump?
Yeah, all right. There, all's well. But would Jim care?
Jim would care. Because the rest
feel
the rest of them are not like that. Jim would. It would matter to Jim, I think. Jim has a complicated relationship with
Demands
them.
to see your click wall. Yes. Feed chat the click wall. So Warforged is new for me. I want
Oh, as an idea?
Yeah, as an idea.
They're from.
I didn't know it was a thing.
Yeah.
But I also am not. I wouldn't call myself up on the pulse of things. I just know
Oh,
the
for
D&D
sure.
world from what I've gained through AI and playing a few. Like,
For sure. Well, so you know how, like, Ryan, obviously Dinar, the good boy, is Dragonborn.
Yeah.
Which is a relatively recent introduction from the 4th edition of Dungeons and Dragons, right? Mm-hmm. Warforged, if I recall correctly, are one of the new races that they introduced with a setting called Eberron.
Okay.
And Eberron is pretty tight. It's very the general tech level is a bit higher, like where they have like trains on these like lightning rails that travel around.
Why do I know the name Ebron?
It had a lot of wild shit in it.
That's not the Keith Baker situation, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Never mind. Then I know them.
So do you know Keith?
I shot his headshot that he used on Twitter.
No lie.
Yeah, I went to his house.
So with the hat?
For PA report. We did a thing on him.
Dude, that's cool as
And
hell.
I was like, hey, you seem like a pretty important guy, but yeah, with the hat.
He's done a bunch of cool stuff, and so
Yeah, he did.
They actually.
What's that game that he put out with the
Gloom?
Thumbrists?
Oh, did Keith Baker do Illimat?
Yes.
No shit.
Yes, chat? Yes?
What a pimp.
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
What a pimp is great.
Nevicus is correct. So the older D&D MMORPG had an Eberron vibe.
Congrats, Lucas.
Yeah, so steampunk, but with magic, with weirder magic instead of science.
Eric Jordan says yes.
Yeah, see, there you go. Anyway, he seems like a super cool dude. And so Wizards of the Coast was like, hey, do you have a cool idea for a setting? Like a contest type thing. And Keith Baker's like, yeah, here's all my awesome shit. And it's loads, but it's completely it's just completely out of its mind. Crazy, a bunch of really wild new races to play as.
Like how many new races came in at that point?
It was 3 or 4, which is just ridiculous for a setting like that.
Yeah.
And the races themselves were really strange, and Warforged is just one example. So it's like a robotic body, but if I recall correctly, the personality core is a specific item. So theoretically, it could be moved to another body, I think. And the bodies themselves can be moved, or it can be manipulated and upgraded and built onto.
Sure. So, Century is 13 years old. Do you think that refers to this frame
Construction.
or the core?
I think in this, it's when they say 13, they probably mean that that docent, that core is probably 13.
Okay.
Because the body would probably be irrelevant at some point.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
But they're never children. Like Warforged are never like even 1 year would be fully functional, ready to roll.
Garo, I did see your note about how you would want click damage. Apparently, Apparently, here we go. The level of click damage, you would want it to be higher than the stage you're on for it to be relevant. And since I'm at 98 and we're past 98, then we're kind of looking at a not so great situation here.
Yeah.
Yeah. No teen angst. They're born with full adult intelligence.
Yep.
That's super interesting.
Yep. So 13 years of operation.
Yeah, so
basically.
Can you grab from what Justin is saying? Because it seems like they have a bit
Oh yeah.
of lore.
This is some. Yeah, this is cut and paste.
That's that, yeah.
Built to fight in the last war. Yeah, that's right. And everyone is coming back, I think, in 5e. Mindless automatons, but House Cannith devoted vast resources to improving these steel soldiers. Although most of the time, when you see Warforged, most of the looks for Warforged have a lot of wood involved, which I always thought was cool. Obviously, she's got a ton. Unexpected breakthrough, produce fully sentient soldiers blending organic and inorganic materials. Warforged made from wood and metal, but they can feel pain and emotion. Built as weapons, he must find a purpose beyond the war. Yeah, that sounds like it's from the... Yeah, with D&D Beyond, copy and pasting info is easier than ever. It's true.
D&D
Yeah,
Beyond.
I was just going to say, Ghostly, it's very, very close, right? Yeah, it's popping in.
What are the other new races that came out with Eberron?
There were some really, really, like, they were super, super whacked out. Let me pull it up. God, they were so weird. Like, holy shit weird.
Shifter, Changeling, and Kalashtar? Kalashtar?
Yeah, changelings. Yeah, you know about changelings, right?
Yeah. What you know about Changeling?
Yeah. Kalashtar are get a load of this shit. The Kalashtar are a compound race.
Okay.
Okay.
Is this half lycanthrope?
Well, here, just keep listening.
I'll just read.
Created from the union of humanity with renegade spirits from the plane of dreams.
Tight.
Spirits called the Quarry. Maybe Quarry?
Okay.
Quarry. I bet if I know him, it's Quarry. It's going to be the plural of
I like
quorum.
an author knowing author guessing at their
Guessing at it just because I know how we are.
Yes, you know how.
Kalashtar are often seen as wise, spiritual people with a great compassion for others, but there's an unmistakable alien quality to the Kalashtar as they are haunted by the conflicts of their otherworldly spirits.
Thank you for clarifying with.
Yep. Shifters. Okay.
Yeah, I've heard that.
That's a were-touched.
Hostile Eldritch really loves shifters, apparently, in chat. And it's a what? That's the wolf?
Yeah.
The wolfen?
They believe they're the descendants of humans and lycanthropes, humanoids with a bestial aspect. They can't fully change shape, they can temporarily enhance their animalistic features. Amy would love this shit.
And you just grow hair really
Yeah.
hard.
One hair, but really long.
Yeah, just
Like so
makes
long.
that cartoon like.
Yep. Yeah, and then Warforged on the back. So it's like it was a lot to take in as a book. Like it was a lot to take in at once.
Brian says you have to commit to Kalashtar, but they're cool.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's like a Trill in Deep Space Nine,
Yeah.
where it's like you have a person, but then you also got this other thing riding around in there.
Yeah. Artificers. What's the artificer? Ghostly's very excited about this class.
Oh yeah, they've been goofing around with that for a while. I thought it was fine. I thought the final version of it was out, Ghost. Is that not true?
We'll find out.
It's goofy under Clarkana.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Panda, I swear to God,
With the Eberron book.
don't you side with my doctor. Did you see?
Oh my
did you
gosh,
see
Panda!
that?
No, he's fucking huge.
No, but I tweeted a few days ago. My doctor gave me a chart. I don't know if you saw this on the tweeter. Did you see it?
No, man, I definitely follow you.
Yeah, you do. I know that because you do favorite things I like and I make occasionally.
Yeah,
which
for
I
sure.
appreciate. This is what they gave me.
Oh, this was the case that they gave you?
Yeah, they rounded down 2 decimal points when they could have just made that .99 a
No,
6 and maybe
you
feel better.
go
But I
up.
think I fucked up. I think someone there hates me because that used to say 6.6.
They had to
and now
steal it.
says
They
6.5.
Dude.
5.99.
But what a like a subtle, malevolent flex.
It got to me.
Dude, so have you been trudging around? Has there been like
I've thought of it
gentle piano strains following you from place to place?
Yeah, I'm not.
You ever walk with a backpack like against a long road
all the time,
and you hear that piano? Yeah, I mean that shit's hardcore.
Maybe it's the backpack that's making me shrink.
It could be. It could be. Man, beasts would have done good for us too out here.
It seems that way. I'm told this one's mostly undead and beasts, but not both. How do I get this gold chest? Click on shop and type that in, and you'll get it.
Yeah, Thermal Ledger, we got what you need. It's the chest code. Just type it in the chest code section and feast on that golden chest.
You get shorter as you get older, that's true.
No, my grandma.
Yeah. Lost.
Well,
6 feet.
No, over on Brenna's side, I think I could fit her in my front pocket. Like she has gotten very, very small.
It's a bone density thing, right?
Yeah, I could. She's like a tortilla. I mean, I think I could just fold her up and put her right in there.
All right.
I mean, for safety or whatever.
Yeah, totally. You ever need to? Ugh. Don't wanna.
Yeah, Brian, I never quite know. I mean, I tend to play the stuff that's out proper, so I haven't really messed around with Artificer too much, outside of theming things that way.
Sir Lucian, we are actually playing on a PC. We're just using the console, or
Yeah.
rather controller UI. So you can view this also if you'd like.
Yeah, it's a choice.
Got a controller. Yes, totally.
It is just in the menu.
Jerry, do you carry tortillas in
Is
your
that
front
not
pocket?
where you, is that?
That's the tortilla pocket. That's what I've heard it from the tailor, right?
Hang on.
Would you like your tortilla pocket?
Well, I was just gonna say, it's so
shortened,
silent.
lengthened?
Do you keep your tortillas in your back pocket? Or maybe like your inside pocket? Like I feel like that's a very tasteful place for a tortilla. Certainly it's a tasteful place to put a tortilla, but a tortilla can also be very tastefully removed from the interior pocket.
Yeah.
Very surprising.
Damn. Polygon did a article that was 9 new genres that define the decade of games, and they mentioned
No
idle champions
shit!
as idle games or clickers.
That is cool.
That's super awesome.
I can only imagine the celebration
Yes.
at Codename Entertainment. Oh yeah.
Double.
No, it's emerging for sure.
What are you guys talking about?
What are you guys talking about? Oh, dude, all kinds of shit. So much stuff.
Tortilla pockets.
I think Ruffle might have come in for the tortilla conversation.
Just came right in. Yeah, you could. Why, you put it in your back pocket? It's weird.
Oh, there is absolutely a giveaway.
Well, there is a chest that is free for. I'd call that a takeaway.
Yeah,
I don't know if
exactly.
we're doing like a at 4 p.m.
Yeah, exactly. Take that chest code, type it in, get that chest.
Has anybody in chat reached out and grabbed and touched and played Clank Legacy yet? Because I have not.
No.
And I hear only good things, but only like 2 good things to where I'm like, it's not real. You're
Yeah.
lying to me.
It's real. Yeah, it is. It's a lot to take. But the thing that gets me cranked up about Clank
See you, Kev.
Legacy is that they have an app that goes along with those.
Yeah.
And the app can push new types of content. In terms of like play styles and
All right.
even campaign content. That's one of the conversations we had. Like when I saw the version of the game that was like all stickers
Patching board games.
and made up stuff.
Weird idea, but
Yeah, but this wouldn't even be a patch. This would be basically
campaign?
post game content.
Okay. See,
So
that's
now your
Legacy
board's
games, it doesn't need to go in the toilet.
Right?
Flush
So now
out.
so
I don't know if you flush your cards. I do.
well, yeah, absolutely. After they've been torn up.
Yeah, they're pulp.
Yeah, it's gross. I can't have this shit in the house.
No.
Anyway, so the way that it works with the box is that you can play.
box. Holy shit.
It's huge. But you can actually play the game forever. You don't have to stop playing. You just have its final state is fully playable and custom.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, most Legacy games aren't like that.
Yeah,
what I'm saying that we can do with
you go in the garbage.
right with the app, we can actually push a story that you can play on your finalized
And it
board.
would be different per person depending on how you got that board.
How people traveled around and like what their final state is would change how the new content was. But the idea that we could put out or even like hint at new content by putting a piece of campaign content out through the app, I think would be really cool.
That's awesome.
We are talking about Clank ! Legacy : Acquisitions Incorporated.
Is a German translation someday planned? Do you know?
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to talk to Renegade and Direwolf on that.
Which we can at PAX Unplugged.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I think that a language translation would be totally connected to how well it did.
Yeah, for a game that is doing well, it makes sense for them to translate. I think you see those eventually later, like when they re-release games.
When you make the custom version, it's because it did okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Got to get that Shadow Chancellor promo card before it's too late. Yeah, it's a good one.
That's true. No, it's very, the hour is nigh to take advantage of that. And that's their offer, I think.
Eric Jordan said that he was in bed celebrating with a coffee. So that's all right.
Yeah, do it. Listen, do it how you want.
I'm looking at the Clank Legacy Acquisitions pack on Amazon right now. Looks awesome. There are no Tabletops games here in Nowhere, Washington. Gamers, that is unfortunate.
That is rough.
Where is Nowhere, Washington? It is a Clank.
Consider it.
Yeah, I'm interested to know where Nowhere, Washington actually is. Because we live in, I guess, somewhere Washington.
Yeah, we live in a place.
The people, you know that one. I can say when Aussies are like, "Where are you from?" I'll say Seattle, and they know that one, right?
Yeah.
There's enough Tom Hanks movies based in it to
exactly
put it on the map.
No, it's funny because it's like, what must the United States map look like to them? It's like when I think about Australia, it's like there's a really big Sydney and a really big Melbourne, and then there's like a Brisbane, Canberra. Like there's like a few really big detailed things, and then there's a big rock.
There's a big Texas, mostly.
Yeah, exactly.
But like a bunch of those.
Because it's plump.
Yeah, Thermite, I'm sorry to hear that. Tiny town with nobody to play with.
That is
super
rough.
Unfortunate.
That is rough. So when you're out that way and you like board games, do you have to basically get down with like Tabletop Simulator?
I was actually reading what RF Switch was saying because I saw the phrase "drowned yourself in ranch dressing," so I quit. Like
I checked
input,
out.
Gone. What? And then let's go to that.
Yeah, exactly. But
what did you ask? Repeat, and then let's go to that because that was a wild question.
Oh, it's like if you have that hunger for board games.
Yeah.
But you can't take advantage of it. Yeah. I mean, I've been playing. I mean, I have access to the occasional person for this medium, and I mean, Eric and I for a while. I mean, probably a month and a half to 2 months. That was our game every night. We just loaded up Tabletop Simulator and then just learned new board games.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
It was.
Does Clank Legacy rule set exist?
It's possible. I've been really startled at how sophisticated the homebrew Steam Workshop shit is for that game. Like some of it's shockingly sophisticated with full like photogrammetry models of all the stuff that can there. I mean, have you ever seen Kingdom Death?
Yes, it actually has like full models in there too.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, that's impressive.
Full models, full board, every deck.
I wonder if they got the assets from that team. It's like, yeah, here you go. Really quick before it goes off the screen, question: have you ever got fittings for your teeth? Maybe is that fillings? And if so, have you drowned yourself in ranch dressing to wash the taste out of your mouth?
Yeah.
Was it fillings? I've had fittings. I've had like a night guard fitted, but I don't recall that from tasting terrible.
No.
Fillings, mostly just the numb mouth is the downside of that one, and I don't require a thick dressing to really wash that one out.
Oh, now there are some of those things, some of those bite down things do have an intense flavor.
Yeah, you can also grab Clank on the store.pennyarcade.com. Store.penny-arcade.com.
Yep.
Go see if you want to throw a store link for us on there.
Yep. And each one of them has different pre-order stuff. With ours, you get a Shadow
we're still
Council
doing
pin.
the first 100.
First 100 copies of a Shadow Council
pin. Yeah.
Yeah, Nebukis, I've never had a chance to actually play it. I backed the game first time around, and I gave that copy to Keek, and I'm not 100% sure what happened to it after that. It's fine. See, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Nailed it. We're at 221, and we're actually pushing through pretty decently. They are getting further in, but they're not getting even
Yeah,
to our
not all the way.
players yet. Yeah.
But it is definitely shaving time off.
Yeah, for sure. Kingdom Death is the most wild board game I've ever played. The guy I went to a LAN party with this weekend he plays that game regularly.
A lot of
but it's like
people-
the only board game he plays because I think it's the only board game you can play if you play regularly.
Yes, it's that, or like if you're into Gloomhaven, like that's what you're playing, right?
No, for Gloomhaven for sure.
Clank is not in a similar style. I mean, Kingdom Death and Clank share one thing in common, which is that as you play, you're sort of progressing forward, keeping resources, and playing a single game that grows in sophistication the larger you go. Thermite, thank you so much. So they share the idea that you're playing a game that's consistently being built on as you progress forward. But Clank Legacy is a deck builder where
Duck Builder.
yeah, it's a deck builder. It's where over a sequence of games you get different kinds of flappy feet, different beaks, bills. Excuse
I'm glad
me.
that you went
Feathers.
No, yep. You
Duck.
sound like that
Things.
the video that you made for the book. But anyway, go on.
I would.
Yep.
That is who I am.
That's your voice. But no, you get, I'm assuming instead of bills, you get helmets, beaks,
Oh yeah, all kinds of
weaponry,
shit. Nests.
shoes. Okay. Yeah.
Eggs.
Yeah, all right. Well, you're still in the duck zone,
Yeah.
but imagine that.
You know what?
but
Why don't you
whatever.
come over here where the people are and then kind of focus on that area for a while?
Things that humans can carry.
Exactly. And the other thing is Kingdom Death you have your sort of home board, and that's progressing. You're collecting mats and doing some crafting type stuff. This doesn't really it doesn't work in that way. But you do have a large board that's two-sided that you're building on and customizing and naming things, and there's a choose your adventure type story mechanic that goes through it. It turned out real good. The DLC has got mallards.
Duck Builder.
Yeah, that's that.
Builder itself it's good. It's good. The DLC has mallards.
But Bill, like the duck Bill, and then Gara, that's so good.
No, honestly, we know people that make board games, right?
Yeah,
We got
and
a
people who make
name,
ducks.
and that's all they need.
Yeah, that's all they need. They can push all the way through.
We can sell it to Panic, and they'll make Untitled Duck Builder.
If only. No, I have never played
there's
Betrayal
something there.
Legacy,
I've not either.
but Betrayal at the House on the Hill is fucking
Yeah, that
awesome.
one works out. Are the mechanics relatively the same?
For Clank?
No, for Betrayal. With
Yeah,
the whole.
I mean, it
whatever
must
it's
be,
called
right?
When the bad things happen.
Yeah, the turn or the
Yeah.
twister thing.
Yep. Can't remember what it's called.
Betrayal, maybe.
It's not. It's a different word. Now I want to know. The
Do you think I ever?
sounds like a Kohi lyric, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Haunt?
Can you work out? Do you think you'll have another chill stream of drop mix? God, I would love to get all my drop mix shit back out again. That was good times. We had Nick come out.
That was good.
Had
yeah,
Nick come up
I
and
recall
spit on it
that.
for a while?
Yeah. I feel like, well, it was a dream of mine and Levin's when we were doing Tetris Effect to just do chill and what is it? The chill and
Netflix and
cool
chill?
beats to study to, study and work to.
lo-fi?
And it's like lo-fi Tetris Effect to study and work to, whatever. And just like running through Tetris Effect because you can play that like an instrument. Like you can truly just like
Oh
freestyle
yeah.
yourself
I actually just
spinning. And it's such a good experience, but I feel like I would low-key have that in the background, just turn down like 30%, just like, all right.
But I went to, I waited for it to come out on PC. And so now it's on Oculus and it's on, I think, Epic Game Store, but then it runs from there on Steam or Oculus.
Yeah.
So I've only seen maybe 3 levels in
Okay.
to Tetris Effect. I'm
That
super
you've
excited.
played?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was playing it
The
over
opening one's pretty good.
Yeah, the water one?
Yeah, second one's also good. Third one?
It's interesting.
A little weird.
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
strange.
Very weird. No, I've looped that a bunch of times, and I really like some of those. There's a level where you're climbing a snowy mountain, and all the sounds of you rotating are just feet in snow.
Weird.
All it is you just hear this like that sound you know if you walk through snow. It's very good.
Halper, thank you so much. Let's see. Jerry, would you up for a short one shot at the SC meetup at Unplugged? It's a trip to the Doomgate Inn. Usually when I go to the the SC meetup at Unplugged, I mean, I mostly just put away drinks like
Yeah, I don't think you can
this.
create stories as much as
It might be rough. I would love to discuss it at length.
retell them into a beverage.
Hopefully that is sufficient. Because it might be rough. And also at the SC meetups, I tend to circulate a lot too.
People do like talking to you. Asking some questions.
So the first half of Betrayal is exploring the house. The second half
It's the haunt.
changes every time. The
Based on
haunt.
what the item. Yeah,
There we go.
totally. So I know that from the original Betrayal. Is that different at all in the legacy / are the global changes you make to the board affect that as well?
Yeah, which part of it is legacy?
All of it, apparently.
Oh, so maybe the first time you play honestly, what a great hook. So the first time you play,
Shit gets haunted.
well, no, but your initial set of pieces is small.
Yeah.
And so as you play, the house is getting
Right.
weirder and
Okay,
weirder, right?
Does the house is the house new every time you play?
Well,
Or do you
even in the regular game,
Yeah.
it's different every time.
Yeah.
Generations of family
Ooh,
members.
okay,
See,
I
now
love that.
that's
There we go.
smart.
Great.
So
Yeah,
it's projecting
I like-
forward in
okay,
time.
I was like, but you die, right?
Oof.
Potentially.
Oof. Nemicus, it's our great pleasure to run the stream and offer you companionship in these trying times.
Hell yeah.
2 to 5 different families constantly trying to claim ownership of the house. This is great.
Okay, we should play that game, I guess. We know guy.
Oh, it wouldn't be hard. Rambino wants to know what mission this is. We're doing one of Century's
Yeah, we're
free
doing
plays.
the Century Free Play right now. I had already done quite a bit of the Century quests, so those are already done. So we're more or less trying to create a formation that might push the furthest with Century included. So we might refine that as we go.
Question: did a patch suddenly make the game stutter? We haven't seen
I
it.
don't see a stutter. Have you been seeing a stutter? I don't feel like I've been seeing it.
No, but it's possible that the stream is goofed.
Yes.
What's fun?
To us, who knows? Oh, I see. So when people die in the game, there's ghosts get attached to tiles?
Oh shit! So tiles are like a sticker.
Yeah, the
I'm
tiles are
assuming?
persistent.
Okay.
That's hot.
Yeah, I do like that.
One of the legacy features of the games becomes locked into being an X amount of players game. Like if you start the game with 3 players, at some point it becomes
Only a 3-player game.
interesting.
So
that's weird.
So if you're playing with 4, someone potentially permanently dies, or that family lineage is ended and they're out.
No,
Or do we swap around?
I think we just have to get it.
I think we should play that game.
Good.
So when you first play, there aren't that many tiles for the house, right?
No, there's only like 10.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're opening up new secret folders with tiles or something, right?
So then eventually items are getting associated with certain families, they said.
I do like that too. Damn.
Oof.
It's those mechanics that I think game designers have wanted to put into tabletop for so long, but it's just like,
Well-
oh, you don't do that. That's not
Well, to have a memory.
Yeah.
Right?
So I feel like legacy as a genre now, which is, I think it's been a thing now for 3 years or so.
Definitely.
And everyone loves.
And now it's big.
Yeah, everyone absolutely loves those types of mechanics that are introduced.
So
And
these rats are getting in now.
yeah, I see that. And it's not that hard to sell, even though those games usually tend to be around $100 because there's so much content in that box. But
Yeah.
if you are regularly playing with 5 people, it's not hard to be like, hey, everyone throw in $20 or whatever
Yes.
for 12 playthroughs with snacks and friends, right? Like
Sharing the cost.
That is just like buying a movie ticket.
There's a social aspect.
Yeah, exactly. But you get a lot more value and memories.
Whoa. So if you fail a check on a card, do you upgrade the card and it gets worse or better?
Okay, so
what are
if-
you talking
every time.
about?
I do like that.
Yeah, Risk Legacy is where it started.
Yeah, right? Okay, so Risk Legacy was the first. And I remember seeing this box. However, I didn't even know about things until Pandemic Legacy.
Right.
That was the first, like Legacy to me, I guess.
And it's the same people.
Is it?
As I understand it, yeah.
I've seen the box of Risk Legacy here for years, but
Dear Machikoro Legacy.
I have heard about that, right?
God,
Is that a thing?
That would get it
I think I saw that at Gen Con.
Yeah, GamerGout, we actually had a copy of that game, so...
All right, see, we're starting to get attacked now.
Yeah. Me, Keek, Chris, and Ryan played a few missions in and really, really enjoyed the game a lot. It was good times, for sure.
I own Pandemic Legacy 1 and I have not played it. It was like, I was like a year late on getting it, and then I'm so non-committal with the groups because I know that once you're in it, you have to play. You should play with that group for a while. Yeah. So I'm trying to get like the regular dates set up.
Chris Dupuis, who now works at Codename, worked on Risk Legacy. Well, holy shit.
Oh shit.
Legends.
Shouts out, Chris.
It has spoilers. A board game with spoilers.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, they all do. I mean, that's the other thing. It's just playing a board game and then basically it's like a fucking advent calendar. You know what I mean? Like you open it up, it's like woo! Every day you open it up.
Exactly.
It is quite cool. I agree. Yeah. So these bugs are getting in big time.
Yeah.
Is it? Have we reached the time where we need to modify our?
I think we are going to hit that very shortly. So now, as Jerry would call you, Precious Channel.
Yeah.
What upgrades do you think we can make keeping Sentry on the board?
Yeah. What are we missing?
We know that Shandy is speeding things up, and that doesn't necessarily need to happen that much anymore.
Right.
But she also is pretty decent.
Yeah, she's good.
Is there anyone that we think would be better in slot, or from one of the other slots? Because we do have these two last, the 11 and 12s that don't have anybody take it, so we can easily slot them in.
Yeah. Legacy games definitely have that. They definitely have that concern,
It's a scary pitch.
And that concern hasn't 100% abated. But when you think about how many times you might play one of those larger format games, 12 games.
The value is there.
Honestly, I think it's pretty good, especially if you're compelled to actually play it more as a result.
Yeah, I mean, I buy board games all the time, or I did. I went through a phase. My shelves are full, and I quit buying board games until I get rid of some.
That's wise.
But so many of them I've played 2 to 3 times and I paid full price for, and I was still like, I don't know if I'm going to play Legacy that many times for that much money, but you're encouraged to. And,
yes.
And once you're in it, you're like, oh, we got to play this again.
And there's
again,
four.
right?
And there's four sort of avenues of encouragement.
Yeah. There's only a few games that I've actually played more than 10 times that I own, I'd say.
Yeah, it's a mixture of a game and a show, I guess.
Yeah. Like I feel like Camel Cup or Camel Up. That's a game that hits my table monthly.
Camel Cup kicks ass.
Love that game so much, especially the new version of it with the included black and white camels. I don't know if you've seen that.
No.
So they kind of re-released the box and they changed a lot of the components, so we're looking at plastic instead of cardboard things, which is good.
Oh yeah.
Because that pyramid would often break. But they added in things from the expansion, which were these black and white camels that go backwards. So they're going back the whole time that you're going forward. And if you land on one, it just sends someone to the very back and they have to jump off of them.
Oh, weird.
It's very good. There's additional
and they're
stuff
moving.
that work. They're moving along with every other camel. It's very good.
I have played Captain Sonar. Let's see.
I played Captain Sonar and it's not a game for me.
So there's some Neris who boosts damage against undead. So Spidey and Jinjing are talking about Neris in a couple different axes.
I do like that because I rarely use Neris. So, see you, Justin.
Oh, seated.
All right, so let's bring Neris in and just drop her in Shandy's spot. So we have healing here or a DPS. Spiritual weapon. Will she be one of our main DPS? I do not know. So that's the only reason I ask. I also doubt that we're gonna really need that heal since Sentry will also be healing. And
they have heal.
Dinar, so I think we're okay on heal. So maybe we do the Count Board's Will.
Yep, for sure.
And let's drop in instead of Shandy right now, see how that affects things. Yeah. All right, I like that.
Well, it's already moved in the right direction.
Yes, that's what we like. So now, is there anything else that we can swap
Well, yeah, and then the
We
undead.
still do have quite a few tanks. Like,
But they are tough. I mean, they were getting up. They were getting up in our grill, and we were actually still pushing through.
Yeah.
Like nothing bad happened.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
No.
However, our number went up, and now they're not even getting nearly as close.
Yeah, I was just gonna say they're still getting hosed at the end.
What happens if we swap Minsk and Dinar, which is totally a thing I'm totally down to do because. Okay. So our problem there is Quillick does not buff. He only buffs adjacent champions, so we lose the buff on him there, because Dinar is not DPS. We also, let's keep this undead buff going for a little bit. We could try to see if Jim slots in better near the end, but I doubt it just because there's not enough magic users.
Yeah. Fuck off. Fuck off, undead.
Nere's is good for undead, but her sword is cool in general. I agree,
Well,
it is very large.
I agree, it's a cool
It's a
sword.
very Cloud Strifey kind of situation.
Buster.
Yes, the Busta.
No, they're still getting ground up.
Yeah.
They're not getting past the clickers.
Next.
You know what I mean?
Isla for Makos would make sense with the Makos non-adjacent spec for sure. Evelyn for Naeli, then swap Minsk and Deacon. So, can someone explain to me or pitch me why Naeli and Evelyn, who would be better in a frontline tank, solo tank situation? Like, I know that Evelyn gains that buff for doing it, and we're gonna have two here. I just want to know in which cases you would prefer one or the other. Because for a long time, Naeli was kind of your main tank until Evelyn came out, and then Evelyn came out, and I was like, well,
Yeah.
kind of fit the same spot, but when they both get to pass that buff, that's great.
Ah, they're starting to get
Oh,
tough.
yeah, you're right. I do need to move my familiar over to Nereus. And I should take it off Shane. Wait, who's on Shane?
Victory.
Evelyn buffs all columns behind her. Yes. Is Naeli also buff everyone behind her? He has, yeah, it's very strong. Or is it only certain behind her? And I'm wondering, so the high rollers, is there a global buff that they all share if you have more of them together?
It seemed like it. I mean,
Yeah,
well,
I think we were discussing that earlier, but what is that buff?
let's just go into her real quick and take a look.
Into Sentry, you're saying?
Yeah.
So when I was looking through here earlier, potentially incoming,
Erwa, or
so outgoing.
oh, I
Synergy
see.
pool.
Rambina, I love it. Just sounds so tender, so friendly.
How are your blessings?
How are your blessings?
My blessings for this situation are currently fine.
Oh, so everybody who has that synergy.
Oh, it's different for every hero. Okay, so Erosis. So does that mean the high rollers all have that on them?
So they have it, but then it gets buffed.
Yeah, see?
It's unique.
Yeah, so Quillick has the Erosis synergy. So he contributes to a pool, and then they all pull from the pool.
Yeah.
Interesting. So,
Oh, 100 per champion at max health. That's a really interesting way of doing it.
yeah, so is it worth dropping their shared units, or rather the units that also contribute to the Erosis?
Well, yeah, you want the pool plump.
I imagine you do, but I don't know if it's more worth it in a case where we're just trying to push it as far as we
There's
can.
there's so many. We would have to see.
Yeah.
Because they're drawing from that thing. We would have to look.
Yeah, I'd be down to discuss what might be a better formation and if it's worth it for this synergy. We got a question. Could we ever get a Splugoth return in Isle Champions?
But we can talk to them about it. Splug / Splugoth is a pretty big.
What's the Splug? thing? Is that short
Yeah. So
Okay.
Splug is
nickname?
it's from one of the first games that we ever had, like one of the very first Acquisitions Incorporated podcasts.
Okay.
There's like a goblin named Splug that I think Scott was basically like. I think Scott was like sending him into rooms in advance, or maybe Omen was,
Okay.
which is to say me. And he died during that. I think he died during that adventure.
Okay.
And so when I started doing the C team, I posited that that this goblin had been returned to terrifying unlife with a singular purpose of creating trouble for Acquisitions Incorporated.
Yeah.
So, but that would be really fun. We also have really awesome art that they could work from for Splugoth
Sure,
from.
we do from the book, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. But we also have from Nurse Normal.
Yes.
So we have really cool takes.
Yeah. I really want to see Morgaine and Viari in there, though. Yeah, hard agree. Default skin Viari, we're agreeing it's naked with the Mankini.
Yeah, and then the
alternate skin
optional
will give you
optional skin
that makes
clothing.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, ironically, the optional skin is clothed,
Yeah.
right? Consider that.
It's not the real form.
No.
Everyone knows that.
And maybe change out Deacon. I'm not sure who is the alternative, but he doesn't seem the best to me.
Yeah, I'll agree that Deacon, now that we're kind of hitting the wall, he's helping us get there sooner, but now he's not contributing as much.
These days.
Now I'm wondering if we grab someone from this first slot, who else could potentially go in there? So Brunner, if he stayed where he's at, would buff Minsk, who's in our line. He would only buff Neres and Quillic, so that's not necessarily the best call there. We also have Cathris, who we could swap a little bit and toss in the back, putting Isla in that middle spot. Oops. I do wonder what the best call here is, though. Jinjink says, my formation for this mission is front to back. Evelyn Walnut, Isla Korth, Brunner Palton, Minsk, Calliope, then Grama Tyrol. And I cap out at 546. That sounds
546
like a big old cap.
That's healthy, is what it is.
So maybe we save this formation, rebuild that formation entirely, and see where it goes.
And
Because
just
it
see-
does have that nut in it, right?
Yeah. And obviously we're pro nut.
yeah.
And of course, Evelyn, wow.
Yeah. So the purpose of this line, us starting this, was just see how far we can get with Sentry in. So I'm going to keep Sentry in until we should change.
Until
we
it's a
hit that
mess.
point. And we'll mark it, then we'll be like, all right, let's try to push this further. Evelyn buffs all columns behind her, but has more conditions to increase her buff. Swapping Minsk and Deacon puts Minsk adjacent to V. Okay. So let's try this. That's
It's a hard no.
There's a deep drop, and our bud is dropping aggressively, so I might make that call to take it back.
Okay, so these beasts, they're starting to pile.
So you're saying, though, you would do that, Mage, when Evelyn's out front instead of Nayeli.
Thank you so much, Disco King. Yeah, feast on the Akiant. We had a chance to try, just earlier in this very stream, we had a chance to try Welcome Home, which is our welcoming lager beverage. It was quite good.
I drank that whole thing, and it was good, and I would drink it again.
Yeah,
Just to let you know.
Dora came back with a cup as well.
Yeah, Dora had a big one. Dora's the one who encouraged me.
In these acts.
Plus, you were able to show off some fun new features, including the varsity jackets.
Well, I was going to say, like, aspects of it they couldn't even see below the bar.
I think we should keep that there.
Yep.
For now.
There's some very tasty
There will be official
details.
documentation at
Right.
some point, but now you get a little preview. But knowing they exist should help you plan for the future.
Exactly right.
They're warm and cozy. If you just swap Deacon and Minsk, Minsk is no longer behind Nayeli for a buff. Replacing with Walnut would work as well. She'd be within 2 slots. So, are we talking about Walnut instead of... Yeah, I guess that would work, right? 45, 46. Oof, that's a big old boost.
Wow.
Ginger, I'm gonna have to ask you to hit me with that formation again once we hit the end of this century run, which I would guess probably in 10 minutes or so, 5 to 10.
Speaking.
Let's see. So if we're looking at 2, 35, 75. So, oh no, we're not swapping. I just want to see how Jim's doing. He's gonna get cheer squad, which won't necessarily help. Okay, well.
It was healthy.
It did. We went up. So, is that only because my gear might be better? I don't know.
It could be, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day.
So now I guess what? Who can we put elsewhere that would contribute buffing Jim, keeping in mind their magic users?
Yeah, I was gonna say Jim likes magic. We were saying.
Yeah. So in the Deacon slot, who could be there? Because I agree that Deacon right now is falling off.
Not a factor.
We used him up, and that's great. Man, I always want to put in Cthulhu just because I do like the buff he applies.
The combo. Where he basically catches up the lowest.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily think that there's a great slot. I guess he could take Isla's spot, and Isla could take Deacon's spot. Although, I don't remember all her stuff. So let's look at it.
Are the new friend Avron?
I'm down with adding a new friend. And Avron is buffing from the back to the front. Is that true, or am I thinking of someone else?
Dude, he's still new for me.
God, I can't remember.
Yeah, we have another vote for Avron.
All right,
actually,
let's do it.
too.
Let's just do it before we math ourselves out of it. Avron is an warded slot here. Okay, there we go. What's up, Todd?
Well,
Add you right in here.
and if I recall correctly, we actually had some decent gear for him.
Oh yeah,
too.
We did get some good stuff. So he's going in for Deacon, and once he gets leveled, that should pop up. Okay, we gotta think here. We should actually look at a board really quick. So do we go for good, neutral, or evil for this? Our key DPS right now is Jim, who I believe is neutral.
It sounds like him.
Will he always be our key DPS? I guess. Jim is neutral. Yeah, so I think we're going to make that happen.
Neutralize.
Yeah, I think neutral makes sense here just because I think we'll leave in Jim potentially for a while / forever.
Yeah.
Especially if we choose this one, so we'll go for that. Let me throw a familiar up on him. Oops. Let's give him Crowley.
Kamandu wants to know how you get the C team in this game.
Level Deacon. Let's take Fairy Dragon off. There we go. How do you get the C team in the game? Oh shit! Sorry, I haven't spec'd this far up. Avron. What do we pop off here? So we have making mirror images last longer, which increases the number of potentially effective champions, or making mirror images more powerful. Probably that, because we're trying to push for the highest DPS.
Right?
Yes, versus spreading it out. I'm gonna take empowered unless chat tells me, oh, I hear one that says sturdy.
Yeah.
I hear sturdy. Okay, that's 3 for sturdy, so we're gonna take it.
Okay.
Because I thought it was right. Tell me why I'm wrong.
Well, no, we're seeing it. We're seeing health, numerical health.
Yeah. So is it just because
always
the amount of mirror images is just disgusting? Potentially.
Yeah, that number went up, and these beasts are feeling the effects.
So he makes them last longer, so you can get 4 at a time instead of 2. Okay, cool. Yeah, so C-Team members have all come out at this point during their events. Unfortunately, you just missed the second run of the Dinar event, so the best way to get them is playing the game through the time gates or going to PAX and grabbing a promo code from someone.
Yep.
Because we will be giving those away. We usually give them away at every PAX.
Yeah,
and
signings.
Champions booth will have a bunch for their signings as well.
Yep.
So PAX is definitely a place to get the quickest. And then other than that, I think that might be it for now.
Or events.
Event, time gate, PAX.
Yeah.
Currently.
In terms of ease.
Large man.
So plump.
Do you see how thick he got?
Him big. My son came up with the term dummy thin, but we didn't know, we couldn't figure out what it meant.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I get what we're looking at.
Yeah, it's just the opposite, I guess. But we didn't know what it would represent.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Jim's normal skin, but we have the Rockstar skin chosen because it's very good. I can show you. There's a traditional Jim.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's our basic option.
If you were at PAX West last year, he debuted the Chris Angel skin.
Yeah.
Or I guess in real life, you just call that a costume.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very good.
But it's awesome because
I'm a fan of that one.
Because I'm up there like when we're getting dressed, as soon as the wig goes on, he's a different person.
Yeah, he became a different person. I was photographing when that was happening, and he was practicing the hair whip to get out of the eyes.
Oh, he's definitely, yeah, it comes so naturally.
The eyeliner got applied.
It did.
It's very good. How did you get the Rockstar skin? How did you get the Rockstar skin? I unlocked mine by using the code at PAX.
Yes.
Which
you had the card.
PAX South Idol will definitely be there. We'll be handing out those. The real Jim Dark Magic, exactly.
Yeah, that's usually when I talk to the codename people. It's usually at their booth at
definitely.
At South.
Yeah, I do not believe they have an unplugged presence this year, but that is the first place I saw them. Where I got my first gold chest little printout.
That's right. It's just time. They'll come back around. The regular character events.
Hell yeah.
That works too.
That's a great idea. Yeah, so there's a lot. This board's looking haunted and large. I feel like if you did that,
A restaurant?
As a bit, sometime soon, we should try to do a formation that has the most summoned units.
Yeah, just focus on that.
Let's think about who you got. And I would like to, this would probably be way easier if I was looking at a list, but Dritz brings his Tiger.
Yeah, Guinevere.
Cthulhu brings
Grave of Men.
The
Shadow Demon.
The Shadow Demon, yes. Arvin obviously brings all these friends. Avrin.
Yep, and we got these.
Who else brings people to the show?
I mean, Echo is here.
Echo, yeah. That
if we want to get that slot going.
Chat definitely knows. You can always check out our life-size gelatinous cube at PAX South.
No, I have pictures of both of my children.
Yeah.
Inside this cube. It's a real cube.
It's a real cube. You can say that.
There we go.
Azaka
brings tigers.
Brings tigers, who I've not unlocked yet. I keep on starting that path because you have to do 30 quests in a row.
Yeah.
And every time a new cool event comes out, I'm like, God damn it, I gotta stop to go to the event.
But Strix has that owlbear.
Oh yeah.
So we just want to try to break it, basically, right?
The cube will be at South and East. Good confirmation. I love that. Cube was definitely a hit of the 6th floor.
Oh, it was huge. It's physically large, but I mean, thematically, it was also big. Oh, what does Arcan bring?
Arcan brings... Does he have a friend? I can't remember.
It seems like
it's been a while since I've dropped Dragon Friend.
Yeah, we've used him sparingly.
Yeah. We'll have to set that up next time.
But no, the roster you're putting together is pretty solid.
Yeah, it seems like right now
a lot of crazy shit.
We're getting pretty deep. We got to the 300. I expected to top around the 270.
He enthralled a manticore.
The manticore, yes. Enthralled. It's not a manticore. It's a fucking manticore.
Yeah, fucking manticore.
Strix is in the same slot as Arvin, and Azaka's same as Nere's, though.
Well, Paulton's skin has got the boy up there.
Yeah, that's true. He doesn't necessarily go around and attach.
No.
Yeah. It's similar to.
It's not crazy.
But you know what? I would still call that a summon.
Yeah.
Yeah. The slots are what will stop us for sure. But I would like to see that, just to see the maximum amount. Oh yeah, Forest Friends, but.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, then we would have to
alt.
all the tentacles.
At alt. Yeah. I mean, it'd be rough.
Django. And how much else I got here?
So
Minsk has Boo. Now
That's true.
Does Boo come out for any attacks, or is Boo just familiar?
But the ult sends it out. But again, if we're at the ult level, a lot of crazy stuff is happening there. I mean, do they regularly put some shit on the screen?
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about,
yes,
right?
Mostly, that's what we're talking about. We could potentially screenshot as soon as the summons happen if we fired all the alts. But they do, not all of them last super long.
No. Yeah, this is... Our damage has actually scaled very nicely the last few waves, and they're getting fucked up again.
Yeah, I've noticed that. They're pushed out pretty far. What are we at? 158. I mean, we're nowhere near our actual level, so it's not the greatest, but you know, I'm proud of us for getting that far. Yes, Dritz was mentioned. Mm-hmm. Do you know the name of that?
What, the
beast?
It's Guinevere, I think.
Yeah, I think we mentioned it on stream last
But it's like spelled the cool old way?
Yeah, the very...
Wow, wow, wow.
Yes, exactly. What's a legacy game that you want to come out? Like what?
Oh, like what game?
Yeah, because there was a legacy netrunner that came out called Terminal Directive. That was...
I heard that was really cool.
It was cool.
But Netrunner has its own specific culture, mechanisms, and limitations, and so
you have to already be into Netrunner to play that one.
Way into it.
Yeah. No, you're 100% right.
I would love it. I'd love to see a game. Like I said, I would never have.
Dead of Winter Legacy. That would actually be cool.
Oh, Dead of Winter Legacy would be exquisite.
I feel like they
that's
should
one
be
of the
working on it right
smartest.
now if they're not.
That's one of the smartest games ever.
I love that game.
It's real good. But the truth is that I never would have, in a million years, would I have applied the Legacy template to Betrayal. And that sounds like such a genius. Like, there's just certain games I would think that wouldn't work for it, but that sounds so good.
Yeah, no, I agree that it sounds like it works really well.
Here's what I would like. I just got done playing, we did that sponsored stream last Friday for Marvel Crisis Protocol.
Yeah. Eric just said, I guess, all D&D campaigns are legacy games, which is true.
True, quite true.
Yep. Tear up those character sheets.
But think about that. So I would love to play like a base box, a starter box of a skirmish game.
Okay.
That had, because think about comics, like costumes are always changing, affiliations, powers are shifting, things like that. I think it'd be really neat to play a skirmish war game that that traveled in that circle where models and figurines could actually scale and improve. Did you ever play, gosh, what's it called? There is a fan-made cooperative campaign for X-Wing miniatures.
Okay, that sounds great.
And because it's designed as sort of around an RPG type thing, your ships, like everything that you have is improving as you and your friends succeed in this thing.
How is the AI in that?
I have never played it. I'm just shocked that it exists and is real.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clue Legacy would be cool too. I get that. Eric, I had a great time with Graham on the C team. I love Graham. I've known him forever and ever.
Graham's the unsung champion of all Jackbox games.
He's a beast for sure. And you would watch all that shit. Man, you're out there all the time.
I am there at almost all of those, and whenever I see him, I'm like, it's gonna be a good show.
Yeah, you know it. Let's see, I'm trying to think other games that would be good. Because there's lots of really fun, simple ones. Like a lot of the board games that I enjoy right now are pretty simple.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure they would work. Like Herbaceous Legacy. Would it be about hybridization?
I'm getting really excited.
You know what I mean? Like, is that what it is? Is it about, here's the seeds that we've played.
Wow.
It's about pollen.
Yes. Oh my God.
Ultimately.
You play as bees.
Now you're talking.
Yeah.
Chess Legacy.
No, playing the most recent Herbaceous got me cranked up.
It's really, for the other stuff. Yeah, for sure. Wait, I'm supposed to get a demo of that other stuff down at Unplugged. Do you want to come?
Yes, I would like to try out this other stuff.
Come with me.
TM.
There's a question, have you played Arcanum of Steamworks and Magic Obscura? Of course I have. That is, in my opinion, that is the best manual in the history of video games.
Really?
Yes. The manual is written in world. It's like a novel.
Huh.
It's so good.
All right.
Yeah, you guys just teasing nonsense all over the place. It's who we are. Candyland Legacy. God, Chutes and Ladders.
It comes with real candy. Is the thing.
But Chutes and Ladders, I mean, that would be like malevolent, right? But it'd be like a deconstruction of legacy games. Chutes and Ladders, but in like a cyberpunk sort of setting.
Yeah, no, I love that. Monopoly Legacy.
Monopoly Legacy.
Use a Bitcoin. That's playing for keeps.
Yeah.
You know, I've always wanted to do that with Camel Cup specifically. Was play for keeps.
Gamble.
Everyone throw in $20.
But it wouldn't be. I don't think it would be insane. The best part about that is that people who weren't playing could still bet.
That's true.
They would just get in and put their. Oh.
Origin's already running.
Well, I don't care if Origin is running. We
I
don't need
care.
Origin to run.
We don't need Origin.
Get out of here. We don't need your input here, EA.
Always trying to.
It's not your stream.
Always trying to dunk on the little guys, huh? All right. Origin, maybe update yourself some other time.
We're trying to do shit.
Yeah.
Deadman, when's the next AC Inc. episode? A-Team. You will see the very next episode of that at Unplugged.
Yeah, PAX Unplugged, right?
Which is not far away at all.
December 7th, maybe? Be on Saturdays? Do we have no schedule yet? Friday, Saturday?
Typically, Ryan would know the perfect one, but it'll be during the next Unplugged.
Yes.
I'm not even sure we need one instance of Origin. And the fact is, Spidey Mark, is that the new Star Wars game, that's not even, I mean, if you were an Origin person and you had the extra subscription, you'd be doing that to get early access to stuff, but the new Star Wars shit doesn't even have that. And their stuff is coming back to Steam, so I think we can safely uninstall Origin.
Yeah, what did I put on there? What did I have on there? Is it just Apex, right? Apex Legends is on Origin?
Could be. I mean, I only played that on console, so.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see. Dabe, would you message me after the stream? I think I broke it worse.
Oh, no. Okay. Yes, Buelan.
Ruh-roh.
A little nervous about that. Hopefully I can help.
What are you guys working on?
Vampire shit.
Oh. You need to have that.
Yeah, we do need to have some vampire shit for sure. Yeah, I totally gotcha. EA is not the little guy. No, I was referring to Idle Champs being a little guy that EA is trying to block and take over the show of.
It's a joke. Yeah, EA senses gold being accrued and wants in. Hey, wait a second.
Yeah, I think I have like Battlefield 5 install on Origin, but I'm never going to play that again probably.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's probably time to get rid of that one.
So we have. Okay, so are these ghouls? Are they getting in the mix?
We're getting close, and they're all attacking Sentry. So now, I think that means that this round,
exactly,
everyone behind should be buffed a little bit.
Yeah, but looking at the light on Echo should be the key, right?
I believe so. Yeah, the color of gem.
I fucked up. Yeah, that was a wild ride. Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, yeah.
Oh, you're just saying the idea of all of them?
Well, just being split on different things.
Like opening your library and looking at what you have is great in like the same way that you would have like a shelf of physical games. So you can open your Steam library, put it on the visual mode, and like be like, I own all these, and that feels cool. But if the third game in a series is not on where it should be, it's a terrible feeling.
It will. Here is another way to think about it. That list of games, that shelf, is something that your child can inherit.
Deadman, is that Jim Dark Magic in game, and is that Dragonborn from C-Team? Yes to both.
Oh yeah,
yes,
Deadman. We're talking about Jim motherfucking Dark Magic.
Yeah, JD?
Yeah. And then you got Dinar Blitzen. You have Prince Dinar Blitzen Janar right up there in the second row.
Yep, we got our friend Dinar. We do have the full C-Team in game, but we are not using them right now because we are trying to do something special. There's a boy though. Vote to test Mako so they're Isla at this point in the same slot. Let's try it.
Yeah, why not?
I think that sounds great.
We got the dough,
yeah,
so we're sitting good at 84.
Yeah, so 101.84, and our Bud was 94. Let's drop in Miko. And he's actually in a decent spot over there. We're gonna give him that blessing.
I think we might have a winner here.
We said 84, right?
Down there, yeah, and then up there was 81.
Okay, so it seems like we're pretty okay.
Wow.
Out of curiosity, do these two swapping do anything? I don't think so. Nope. All right.
Great call, Slicks. Jeez.
Yeah, great call, Slicks. I think we had talked about it earlier, but now it's official.
But yeah, and not a moment too soon either. Oh, it's a dwarf of the Desserin Valley. Ho ho.
What does that mean?
Well, the Desserin Valley, for the purposes of the C team, they have what's called a.
I've heard you say this.
Yeah. Of course, I say it all the time,
Yeah.
just because I like to. But the Desserin Valley is basically the area that Red Larch is in.
Okay.
That section there is where they had a license to operate there, basically.
Okay, gotcha.
And so I'll always love the Desserin Valley.
Question is, Jerry, if all goes to plan,
Yeah.
set to have my first D&D game in 20 years next week. Nervous as hell. Any advice?
Oh, Jinjink, of course. The key thing to remember. So first of all, let me say
yes.
Yeah. So first of all, let me say that I run a weekly game here on the stream, and I'm scared every time I sit down to do it.
See, gamer go.
Right? And so it must not be abnormal. It must be a normal thing to feel. So come to terms with it. Maybe that's just how things are. But once I actually start doing it, the fear goes away. And I think you'll probably experience something similar. Because as soon as you're in there and you have to navigate that specific thing and simulate all these other people and tell the story, you start operating from a different place in your brain. And that other place is too busy to be afraid. The other thing is that your players don't have any idea what's supposed to happen.
That's a very good point. They can't have expectations.
It is exactly right. What are their expectations based on? I mean, the truth is that they almost never know if things haven't gone according to plan. The human mind is adept at making up stories. Oh shit.
Oh wow. Impaled.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, that's a big hit.
Everybody wants to be a part of something together.
Oh, we might have to get active. Okay, we're good.
That's going to help.
Okay, so Jinjik says they're not DMing.
Oh, if you're not DMing your player, well, everything's fine.
Just lay down.
Yeah. You're fine. Just eat snacks. Eat snacks and roll dice.
I want some snacks and dice.
You're fine. You're gonna be just fine. And the truth is, I mean, I've made lots of characters, but I don't actually know who those characters are until I sit down at the table and start playing.
That's a good way to put it, I guess.
Yeah, it's like have all your basic stuff, but the truth is, having a super elaborate backstory just isn't a good time investment because there's no guarantee that you're going to get to reveal all of your great work to anybody anyway. If you really want to tell your character's backstory, you have to start a campaign like I did. And then you just make other people listen to it for a year.
It's been longer than that, right?
Well, the whole first season was just my character's backstory.
Okay.
I can't even lie. Like, it's just all this stuff on the parts of the character sheet people can't see.
You didn't know how people were going to receive C team, so if anything, it just kind of set a really nice foundation for the A team. So that was a very omen thing to do.
Well, yeah.
Was to like test market this out because it can't be a loss.
Exactly. It's just it's just tie-in content. Worst case scenario. We're going to try to befriend Lich Jim in the next episode. Oh, so Deadman, you're trying to get after this content.
Oh, I hear.
We never know. I mean, they never. Chris, before him, and J. Craw, they never tell us shit. I mean, I have no idea what's going to happen. I don't even know what'll be on the table for me.
All you know is their costume and what that could mean they're going to lean into.
And
right?
No, dude, I didn't even know his costume.
Okay, for this
He
one.
got dressed because I kept trying to find him before the game, and I could not find him.
Yeah, well,
he was hidden away.
This one was special because we had the Relationship Dark Magic.
Yeah.
But I'm saying when you saw Chris walking around back as Jaraxel, you're like, well, shit, you know? And then, of course, Pat does the wrong thing, but...
Yeah,
he wouldn't have done the right
that's
thing
the
anyway.
best. The idea that he got fucked up by this purple worm poison in the intro, and then I just refused to heal him for hours.
I feel like I hear Moo talk about that every day on Twitter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, not every day, but still, a lot.
Well, the fact that it's
I just
ever
love
come up at all
petty-
brings
how
me
petty
joy.
I know it has. Just
Stream
you
chat.
being extremely petty,
Mew talks about
and I do love it.
But he deserves
Chat.
it.
Mew talks about that A.
He's Troubletown for
Chat.
sure. Dude, 351, we're chewing him up out
Didn't
here.
expect to get this far. And we haven't even tried Jinjinx.
No, we haven't done Jin Jinx, and we haven't gone crazy
tier form.
on active champions either.
Yeah, we haven't had to get in there yet. So I'm actually, no, let's go back to there we go. So I'm gonna save this formation real quick for later.
Yeah.
And then maybe the last 20 minutes of the show, depending if we hit our wall, we'll try to maximize globally across everyone.
Yeah, we'll get in there. But yeah, capping out at 490 something, that sounds okay.
I don't think we're gonna make it that far.
No, but we have the tools. But when the higher level items have got the weirder, the more novel functionality, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus, he just shows up and kicks everyone.
Yeah, he just kicks the mimic back.
That pushback
Get out of
is
here.
good.
Well, it's needed at this threshold.
Yeah, it definitely helps when you're getting overwhelmed.
Because these mimics are raw.
Sentry's roam should probably be 20, right? Yeah, okay.
Oh, for overwhelm?
Yeah. I mean, most tanks in the game have it at 20. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, Deadman, it turned out good. But it continues to turn out good. But it's just, I wanted to have that Jim out there so that he could return at some point and create problems for the party. But I was very surprised. I was surprised at how fast Crawford brought him back. That's it, dude. This is
looking bad.
this is mouse trouble. Whoa.
We're caught in that mousetrap.
So I'll just take that flump off the click damage,
You know,
please.
when chat argues for it so much and then argues against it, I just want to go back to absolutely nothing, I guess. So flump is on. You know who you are.
Wow, so that was a rough rat round.
Yeah.
But we've softened it
Well,
up
now
past
we're at
that.
355, so we're at our next boss encounter. So we'll see.
We'll see what
we
happens.
Just get a giant bloodthirsty rat. Luckily, getting pushed back quite a bit.
It's a lot of
Oh, and he exploded.
boom. Hostile, we got you.
I'm gonna call a bet right here. 374. That might be too far.
Well, let's find out.
What are you gonna go for?
372.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Well, I mean, yes, I've completed. I am depraved. Am I depraved because I crave Subway? I'd say if you still crave Subway after you get that smell when you walk in,
Yeah,
think about all the times in your past.
that
when you might have
aroma.
a regretful decision. You need that Subway.
And if you look into the sort of cold case and you see the frozen egg bricks in there, and you still want to have something from there, that's another
Don't get the
suggestion.
guac. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying. I mean, I've spent a lot of my time eating Subway sandwiches in life, and I think I'm not better than that at all. I'll do it if it needs to happen, but
Yeah.
I don't think about it anymore.
Let's see. If you want to get far, swap Jim and Avrin.
I would not like to get far. I'd like to stay unfar as possible. That's not true at all. But it was followed by immediately, but Nayeli, oh darn.
Oh, here we go. In this formation, Nelia and Sentry both benefit from being engaged.
Yeah, okay.
They do.
Yeah, because
They pile up on him good, but they don't. It doesn't last.
yeah. Okay, well then that's great news because then we might be able to push a bit further to get to 374. I still think that's too far, but I would like to believe.
Let's see. Dead Man Reborn. Is there any chance of Binwin returning? He left to work on his own projects, and they're doing all kinds of crazy stuff over there
doing
now.
lots
They have
of
like a
shit
war
all the
game.
time.
They have like a tactical board war game that they're also publishing.
They're always doing some crazy shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, a couple years ago, he decided that it was time to focus 100% on his own stuff, which makes sense.
Totally.
It's not a bad strategy.
We like to focus on shit.
Yeah,
It's
same,
helpful.
same.
Ryan said, wait, they do, but I don't know what they do.
Yeah,
I love those kicks.
take a peek.
We have another upset rat, mouse.
I had seen
Tri-bear? Tribor?
a friend of mine.
What's Tribor?
Tribor?
The Brave Baker Tribor. Okay, it's a location.
Oh yeah, the Brave Baker Tribor. That's awesome. We have a baker from Tribor also. It's a contact. It's a Grella Predator. She's like her. That's her cover is being a baker in Tribor, but she's actually a
Why does
agent of
Tribor
the.
seem to have all these bakers?
Tribor is like Leavenworth.
Okay.
It's like a place. They have a lot that your mom would like.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
You know what I mean?
Which is really funny that you said that. And I don't think it helped for chat because only people that probably have gone would really get it.
But I got you.
Okay. Okay. So I guess that worked out for me.
Pax gear with Japanese lettering in white.
That's Icy. He's trolling.
Oh, I know. I know what's going on.
Okay. You got
Yeah. I mean, Dead Man. That was just where he was at 3 years ago. In the fullness of time, who can say? We did a ton of great work with Scott, but my understanding is that Binwin was turned to stone and then disintegrated, which is D&D shorthand for complete annihilation.
Yeah, so did Binwin all the way die? Do we know?
That's
From what I've heard?
I mean, like I say, that's the combo.
I do know that he lives on with minions, right?
Oh, good for him. I guess we don't know
Well,
when
I'm saying Binwin's minions.
Yeah,
Gabriel playing
Yeah,
Jackbox Party Pack 4.
it's time.
All right.
It's time to get that Jackbox going.
Guess you're ready. Does 4 have a Trivia Murder Party on it? Or is that 3? I love Trivia Murder Party.
What?
I think it might be one of my favorites up there.
Well, and they got the new one.
Yeah, exactly. I played this
back.
one very slightly. And it feels like the questions are easier, which I was not prepared for. Yeah, the first ones are ridiculously tough. Perhaps they got too much feedback because it is pretty hard. Bidwin did in fact 100% die. True.
Yeah, that's my understanding. Oh yeah, there's all kinds. Yeah, death is, as my friend Mike Failhour used to say, in Dungeons and Dragons, death is a condition, which means it can be resolved.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at the implacable march.
We're getting to 64, which is 10 from where I chose, and I think we're still doing okay. I'm really actually surprised, but I forgot that both of these characters affect the party when they are currently being.
It's that front, right?
Yeah.
And especially if they're enraged, and they got a big pile of people on them, and they're just standing in vomit.
Just looking slot 3 for all champions killed by Chris Perkins. Well, yeah, yeah, because that's where Spurt lives here. Yeah. Binwin, Grama. Oop. Uh-oh. Almost bad time.
Dude, this spider.
Chris was not expecting them to die. The petrification ray was chosen and was a con save. He's good on those, however, got really low roll. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Damn.
Rough stuff.
That is very rough.
But yeah, I mean, look at the type of shit that happens in comics. I mean, we can do whatever we want.
Oh no, I just got chunked. I think we're okay. But
Skull face spider?
We're not gonna get much further than this. We might be stuck at 369 nice.
That's it for this. I think he just gets kicked. The fuck out of here, spider.
Maybe I have to run Todd in all of our formations just because that kick is wonderful.
It brings that.
It's not even a high like Spartan kick. It's just a low like.
No.
Get out of here.
Yeah, it's so demeaning.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like. Yeah, it's a nudge more or less. Goodwin is most likely in one of the good planes, which are hard to get souls to leave, if I understand correctly. I guess that makes sense, right?
Yeah. If it's all good times, you're just having fun doing what you want.
Yeah, spiders mess up my day often, but especially during spider season. Are you currently being affected?
At home?
Generally, anyone living in the Pacific Northwest, or at least Seattle, is affected. I don't feel like I noticed them in Portland, but I also didn't have like a backyard of greenery. And now that I do,
Is it Spider City?
I don't go out there. I have a hot tub. It calls to me. I don't go out there.
Really?
Yeah.
Just spider energy?
They own it.
They're in
so
there?
big, and they get bigger, larger every day.
No.
I hate to look at them. My eyes go straight to hell.
Kiko, when he was living down in, it wasn't San Diego. It was right by San Diego, I think. He was living down in California.
Subreddit? I don't want to know about any subreddit about
Yeah.
spiders. I don't think they're dead all the way yet. They still are at least holding my backyard down.
Well, there's a subreddit called Spider Bros. And it's a pro spider subreddit. And I saw a picture on there that stunned me into
Liking it or hating it?
speechlessness.
Okay.
It was not good. But they had a spider in Kiko's backyard when he was living there. They named. It was so big and stayed in the same place. Like against this little statue thing.
Don't need to look at the hands to get the size. That's the place my brain needs to be. It's 369. We're here. Yuck.
Oh my God.
Blah.
I think they named him Hugo.
Hugo is 3 out of 4 letters of huge, so I'm into it.
Yeah,
But
that's
not,
probably where it's
I mean, I
from.
appreciate the name, but I don't want to look at it or
No.
recognize. So it's very possible we might have to go to active champions here, but I think we're gonna kill this resurrected hero from the Veil.
Oh, this Veil hero's hosed.
So it's the mimics that are so thick right now because they have so much armor.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta beat the shit out of these mimics. These Mimiku.
All right, well,
Dude,
the thing is
it 372? Let's see.
so I only said 374 because I don't think we're gonna beat 375, and I thought it'd put us back there, and so that's my guess.
Oh, I think this
But
is proving me wrong right
we
here.
We could. Well,
No,
let's
we're
see.
gonna chew up on these skeletoids. No shortage.
Deadman asked another deep lore question. I don't know if you want to get into it.
Canonically, AFL is still alive? Yeah. I mean, my understanding is that I got it right. He was the one that stabbed Viari in the back. Exactly right. So Chris had actually brought Viari back as an NPC. A villainous NPC, which I thought was so good. They're so good. But we've tried to get Will back at the table as well, too. But
Busy dude.
he's doing shit.
He's always doing shit.
He's doing shit. Yes, Hostile. That's what I was thinking. I'm a big fan of that special mon. And I think we were both wrong.
I think you're right.
I think it's 375 or bust.
Well, I think the thing is I think we'll hit 375. I just don't think we'll get past it.
Oh, I
I'm
see.
calling 374
Tasteful.
up we're gonna
Tasteful.
end up on 374 looping it until we could. And I could just down a shitload of potions that made our group stronger. So I could also do that. I will probably do that.
Icy. I was wrong. Enjoy my money.
Thanks, Icy. You're a real one.
Thanks, Ming.
42069. Nice.
Incredibly nice.
Yeah. My favorite number.
God, is this it? This is the hour.
That stun helps right there.
Yeah, it do. The stun, and we've been riding this.
Drop ultimate familiar and save cooldowns for wall. You are probably very correct. All right.
375.
Wait, are we on 375 right now? All right, I think, unfortunately, the ultimate, I don't want to take it off right. Oh, never mind. I guess we're
Gods.
Yep, we're actual gods. All right, so we need to lose. Can I undo them from here? Let's see. Oh, if it's just Abyssal Chicken, then I'll grab
Indeed.
that one right there.
Thank you, Asmati.
All right,
We try.
so now it's active time.
Will I ever incorporate Minsk and Boo into a C-Team game? I certainly could.
Have you done many named characters outside of new ones you've created?
Pretty rare. It's pretty rare. There's a quick Elminster when they got back from the Velvet Cloak. Yeah, most of the time I try to leave the really big ones out of it.
I do love that.
Just 'cause I feel like I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know.
Is it? I guess that would be where you get stage fright, right? Because you're like you want to represent that.
But
character.
yeah, and some of them have so much canonical information that I don't necessarily have access to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Asmati says, dealing more damage than there are items in the universe. Good stuff. Yep.
Right. I love playing with Xavier Woods, PhD. He is a really, really cool. He's just a very cool person.
That's very good because I love watching.
Right.
You play with.
I think he does a great job. He just has a totally different energy. Like with his like super crazy things where he utilizes his boss as an extemporaneous like melee weapon. This is some barbarian.
That was one of my favorite things.
Right. It's perfect. It's perfect, and it's also so good to have a barbarian at the table. Just because they can be a huge factor in combat. Yeah, it's also really fun. I ended up with him and Morgaine after the PAX South game, like throwing axes and
axes
drinking
and
vodka. It was exquisite.
Questionable combo, but
Yeah, I mean, I can see,
gotta get the wall
I can
here.
see how someone could make a case against it.
get through to that wall. Kick the wall down. Hell yeah.
Did you go give it the boot? I was reading chat.
No,
Nice.
He booted the wall down and it fell and it was wonderful. You should watch his D&D show. It's great. So does Xavier play or DM during his D&D show? I'm not.
No,
familiar.
they have a separate dungeon master.
Okay. I have not watched his YouTube content since he was playing Street Fighter V and learning to play. Or was it
Oh yeah,
4? Can't remember.
there was a big trailer before the one of the last games. I think it was the East game maybe. There was a big trailer that ran before the game.
I wonder if I was there at that one.
Josekex, what is the ACK Inc. HR department's opinion on cloning? First of all, thank you for the bits also. The HR department is more or less certainty Omen's daughter. And I think that she is reaching a point where it's like there's a sitcom called My Two Dads where, you know, in that case, having a couple dads was a plus. I think once it gets to 5 dads,
Just wondering where you're going with this one.
that's where it gets. I think that's where it gets complicated.
How many dads are too many dads?
Exactly. These are the ancient questions.
Never been asked before.
Well, no, there's lots of ways to make a battle royale type experience. We could figure out how to file the serials off if we wanted to make a board game type experience for it.
The Battle Royale D&D, yeah, that was such a fun project. That was honestly,
It was so good.
I go through my files looking for shit to delete because as PAX photographer, I have a hard
Gigs
drive that
and
begins
gigs.
the year open and ends the year as I can't save a PSD because I'm out of room.
Yeah.
So I need to go and like back up and delete shit. Just because I like to keep my years of photos on the same drive because I have to reference PAX Past's.
Yeah.
Past PAX.
The ghosts of
often,
past
exactly.
PAX.
So I run out of hard drive space often, and I always think about deleting the source files for that, but I'm like, no, I just want to be like triple redundant with it.
Yes.
And I keep it on there because I'm very happy with that project.
You mean those?
How it turned out. 'cause
You mean
I thought
those
I thought
baller?
it actually turned out perfectly.
It was amazing. Like your baller flames.
The big overlay.
The big overlay and the green flames.
Yeah, and how it all worked.
Well, I was so glad, especially with that, because we had sort of hit a performance cap, like what was easily possible.
Mm-hmm.
on the other laptops, and then I was like, well, this Razer is probably perfectly fine.
this will run.
And it was like overdid it, if anything.
Yeah.
VRAM, my friend.
Exactly.
Gathered Throng, thank you so much
It's 5.
for joining us.
Damn, we don't even know what the wall is. I'll have to tell chat next time.
No, please
what
tweet
we
it out, and I'll
did here.
please tweet it out, and I will retweet
All
it.
right.
But thanks so much for hanging out with us. Had a super good time. Thank you for teaching us, as you do every time we play.
Every single
Now,
time.
next time, we'll see you tomorrow, 4 p.m. PST, on this very channel, is the finale of Acquisitions Incorporated, the C Team Season 3. Come hang out with us. Can't wait to get down. Strange surprises lurking in the wings. Come see us if you can. Until then, see you around.
See ya.